Hey, fight fans, welcome back to Carl Prusa MMA. I'm Carl Prusa, and my guest today is UFC veteran. He is the Anvil, Mr. Manny Gamburyan. Manny, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely, man. So, Manny, I mean, you've been doing this stuff for a very long time. Obviously, now acting as a coach, getting guys ready, staying in shape, getting guys ready for fights. But you had a heck of a career, man. You know, you started at a time when combat sports was not culturally accepted in the United States. You know, for a while it was called human cockfighting. It was banned at many different places. It was kind of like the wild, wild west back in the day. Do you have
Yeah.
any crazy stories of first few promotions, maybe mystery opponents, no weigh-ins, bad medicals? Do you have anything nuts?
Oh yeah, of course. My first MMA fight was in TJ when I was 16 years old. It wasn't even legal for me to fight. It was illegal. That was 1997, if I'm not mistaken, in Tijuana, Mexico. So no weigh-ins, nothing. Like literally nothing. And it was an arena. They were smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, cigars, beers, tequilas everywhere. But I mean, still, it was a great show there back then, and I got paid $200. That was massive for me.
When you first started, did you ever envision MMA to get to as big as what it is today?
No, no. I'm gonna be honest, no. But I watched it, 1993 when they came first. The first UFC. I want to be honest. It was 1993 November, uh, and to be honest, I was watching with my cousin Carl Parisian, and I told my dad, "This looks so cool. I would love to do this one day." Punching someone's face and getting paid, it doesn't get any better.
Absolutely. You know, what exactly so how did you obviously so maybe that was the introduction to mixed martial arts for you, but how did you go by actually being like, you know what, I want to sign up, I want to get in the ring, I want to start doing this stuff?
Like I said, that was 1997, and when I was still doing judo, and I said, you know what, I would love to try this MMA. Like everything goes, it's so fun. But they said, man, you can't fight in America. You have to be 18 and over. I said, come on, man. So we figured something out, and then they called from the Tijuana, and then they had a show. So I was like, all right, let's go. I'm there.
You know,
I finished the guy in 19 seconds with a leg lock.
the world really first saw you on the Ultimate Fighter. You know, you were on there, Team Pulver versus Team Penn. My opinion, one of the best shows, one of the best seasons of all of them. I loved every single second of it.
The
What was
best.
the process like?
Not that I was on it, but it's the best. Trust me. Too many talents. I was so lucky enough to be part of it. You have no idea. There was so many talents, so many great fighters. It was great.
You know, what was the process like of getting on there? Did you have to audition? How did you end up being on the show?
It's a story. Swear to God, a lot of people don't know this. Uh, part owner of Spike TV was Craig Pelagian. He's half Armenian, and I was supposed to fight UFC 42, I think, or 44. I'm assuming. Long story short, I got cut. I got cut on my eyebrow, and I couldn't fight. So, uh, he said Joe Silva was back then. It wasn't Sean Shelby. It was Joe Silva. He said, "We'll call you back again. It's okay." So, and then he called me a few weeks, or it was a month ago. He said, "Manny, will you do the Ultimate Fighter? It's gonna be season 5. It's gonna be one weight class, 155, and looks like BJ Penn and Jens Pulver are gonna be the coaches." I said, "No, man, forget being in that house, bro. I'm not going with 16 dudes in one house." Long story short, talking to my parents, this and that, I'm like, you know what? Let me just give it a try. Whatever. He goes, all right, you gotta go interview. So Kurt Peligian was gonna interview me. I walked into the office. He looked at me. He goes, "Huh, you're a small guy. Have a sit." I sat down. He goes, "What do you think?" This and that. I said, "Listen, I might be small, but always remember, big things come in small packages." I stood up. I shook his hand, and I left. And once I left, I'm like, shit. I think I messed it up. this is so crazy. I'm like, what the hell I just did? So long story short, they call me for the medicals. And then I passed the medicals, obviously, everything that. And then they said, Manny, January 20th, we'll fly you into Vegas. You will stay at Golden Nugget Hotel. And then January 21st, you will join the team with the fighters and the coaches. I said, great. Let's make it happen. I was so excited. And when they said no phones, no TVs, no nothing outside the world, I was like, what the hell? I said, all right, cool. I walk in there, and obviously different cultures, different people, white people, black people, Asian people, this and that. I mean, it was so crazy. And I sat down. I remember this. I got back from home from, it was the third day. I got back home from the workout. I looked at Nate Diaz. I said, I'm gonna leave, bro. I don't want to be here. He goes, I'm following you. He goes, I'm following you, man. I don't care. I don't want to be here. I looked at it, and Corey Hill, bro, I can't believe he passed away. He pulled me on the side. He goes, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna win the whole show. You're so talented, and you're so tough, because we were teammates. We trained together for 3 days. He goes, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna stay. I looked on my side. I'm like, I can't be here. Like, I really can't. Another 40 days, I'll die. Long story short, I stayed. It was successful. I made to the finals. Everything was great. But being in that house and the experience was the toughest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. Not easy. People say, man, it's all fixed, right? Nothing is fixed. Nothing is fixed. Whatever you guys see, it's all natural, and it just comes out from you.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. You and Nate Diaz both attempted to leave the house. Little did you guys know at the time that months later, you two would be fighting in the finals.
Yep.
And
It was so crazy.
obviously, that contest didn't go the way you wanted. Looked like you were doing really well there in that first round. Second round, unfortunately, popped your shoulder out, couldn't continue.
It was a lot. It was a long injury, bro. When you look at the pose I made it in the finale with Nate Diaz in the house after I beat Joe Lazan, you see I have ice pack on my shoulder already. I was already hurt against Joe Lazan. When I got back, I was so excited. I was supposed to take a day off, or 2 days, at least a week, at least 2 weeks, at least 3 weeks, heal it. I got back, I took off 2 days, and then right back in there again, training, because I know I'm fighting Nate. I know I had to have the best conditioning so I can beat him. Mentally, physically, I was ready, but the shoulder was zero. Until today, it really hurts. It's been almost 17 years. It still hurts. It still hurts sometimes. It really does. I grapple, I punch, it really hurts. So it was unfortunate, but it is what it is, though. I mean, Nate's a homie. Nate's a great guy.
Following that experience, you had multiple fights in the UFC. You won some, you lost some. Then you found yourself in the WEC, a promotion that did great things back in the day. You went in there, you took out some very top guys. And I think one most notable, you went in there and you knocked out Mike Brown, a guy who was doing very big things in that promotion. Walk me through that finish if you still remember it.
Uh, Again, that was a very historic night for me and for my Armenians around the world. It was the Armenian Genocide Day, April 24th. Once I got the call, here's what happened. When I went to 145, the reason I went to 145, not that I got cut from the UFC, Dana White and Lorenzo came up to me and goes, Manny, can you make 45? If you make 45, we'll give you a title shot versus Uriah Faber. I said, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough, bro. I don't know if I can make 145. Long story short, I made the weight. They gave me John Frenchie undefeated. He said, when you beat John Frenchie, you're fighting for the belt. Back then, it was Uriah. After I beat him, and then like Manny, sorry, things got this and that. You gotta fight Leonard Garcia next. I said, but I thought you guys gonna give me a title shot after winning this guy. He goes, yeah, things are not going the direction we're supposed to. It's a very packed division, so you gotta fight Leonard Garcia. Whatever. I signed the deal and I fought Leonard. I beat Leonard. I know that I'm fighting either Aldo or Thing. They were supposed to fight April 24th. Aldo and Faber. I said, I'll wait. And then they call me. They're like, Manny, I want you guys co-headline, co-main event versus Aldo and Faber. Winner of you and Mike Brown will definitely get a title shot. I said, come on, man. You guys are like, what's going on? You guys telling me like if I win, I'm getting a title shot. Long story short, once I heard the date, April 24th, I didn't care. I didn't care who it was. I said signing. I just signed a paper. He goes, you don't know. You don't want to know who you're fighting. I'm like, I don't care who I fight. I don't care who I'm fighting. So they called me because, all right, you're fighting Mike Brown. The winner will get title shot. 100%. Sign it. We signed the paper. The winner gets title shot. So it was a huge day for me. And it was in Sacramento. I had a lot of Armenians supporting me. A lot of Armenians came from LA because it was Armenian Genocide Day. And as soon as I was about to walk out, I turned around. I told my boxing coach, I'm going to knock him out. Like, I got goosebumps all over me right now, even now while I'm talking to you. Swear to God, I have goosebumps on my head too. While I was walking out, I turned around to my coach, Roman. I said, I'm going to knock him out. Because I believe you. Let's go. So I walked in there and I beat Mike Brown with a knockout. And then it was 100% sure. And I got the $65,000 bonus. And then I come up and he goes, 100% Manny, you're getting a title shot. You're next in line. And Aldo beat Faber. So I thought I was going to fight Faber. So it just never happened for me to fight Faber. That was my dream fight. I swear to God. That's my dream fight. Until today, it's my dream fight. And then things didn't go the way I wanted to go. And then I said, I'm going to drop it to 135. Because Faber went to 135. We just never connected. Again, I have nothing against Faber. He's a great champion, great guy, great family guy, great dad, phenomenal coach. He's a phenomenal guy also. I always wanted to fight him because stylistically he's a very tough opponent. So, long story short, we just never fought, but it's all good. It's been a long journey. I fought who and who. I fought a lot of tough guys, even at 155, 45, or 35.
Obviously we got to bring it up, fighting Jose Aldo. It didn't go your way, but what was that whole week like, fighting for the title, one of the best guys to ever do it, big event. What was that all like?
Mike Brown threw me off. I think I really had a chance to beat Jose Aldo, but at that time, physically I was ready, mentally I was ready. I was championship material. When I knocked out Mike Brown, I said, you know what? He came up to me before the fight. He goes, I'm here for you to watch this fight. I really believe you can finish this guy. I swear to God, while I was walking out, he goes, I really believe you can get the job done. So first round I clipped him. I did really good. I sat down on a stool. I got up. I said, I'm gonna knock him out in the second round. So it didn't go my way. He caught me. He's a great champion. He was a great guy. He's a tough puzzle to deal with. He's hard to take down. He's got explosive hands. He's got vicious kicks. So he's the man. That back then he was the man, definitely, without a doubt.
In my opinion, I believe you fought at a time that many could consider as the golden age of mixed martial arts. Obviously UFC, MMA, it's so huge right now. But to me personally, as a guy who's been watching this going on 20 years now, the mystique isn't as what it was when you guys were fighting. You have so many cards now, which is great. I mean, it gives all these regional guys opportunities to make their debut. But even as someone who's does this quite frequently, I don't really know half the names on the card. Doesn't mean they're bad fighters, but back in the day, we didn't have as many events. If you knew, oh, Manny Gamburyan's fight, oh my gosh, Koscheck's on this one, Lytle's on this one. Do you feel a difference? Do you feel like that mystique's lost now?
Yeah, of course, 100%. I don't like the way they fight right now. I swear to God. Even if they're faking the injuries, they're being champions, and then they've been lagging, and then they're just going back and forth. I mean, I don't like that style. I don't like that style, man. I fought my whole life with the injuries. If you're a fighter, you can never be 100%. If you're 100%, then that means you're dead. The only time you're 100% is when you're born. Other than that, you're never gonna be 100%. You're a fighter. How can you be 100%? Just fight, bro. Just go out there and do your thing. A little injuries here and there, it's all right. It's all good. We signed the contract. We gotta fight. The only times I didn't fight because it was a shoulder, and then the elbow, fractured elbow. Ronda Rousey didn't let me fight, and then against Chad Mendes, a broken thumb. I was gonna fight him because Ronda was fighting Carmouche. I was gonna fight Chad. I'm like, I'm fighting. He goes, man, you're not fighting. The thumb is broken. How you gonna fight? I'm like, I don't care. He goes, you're not fighting a weak guy, Manny. You're fighting Chad Mendes. I'm like, I don't care. I'll fight him. I never like going off from the fights because I signed. The guy trained. We both trained. It's not nice to put up and like we both train and we work. We both get ready to get a fight. It's just you don't fight doesn't make sense nowadays. They just pick and choose. They just pick. It's. I feel like it's UFC's fault. Don't let them pick and choose. I was telling Dana. I was always telling Dana and Joe Silva, just go like this and stop. Wherever it stops, I'm fighting him next. I don't care who I fight. If you're not gonna, you want to be a champion. If you're gonna pick and choose who you fight, that means you're not that good enough. That means you're not that good. You fight whoever they put in front of you. That's the bottom line. They pick and choose way too much now. They're like wusses. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't like it. And nah, they train smart, but some of the champions too. I mean, I don't like it. Yeah,
Another way in which it's evolved and changed so much, entertainment is something that now is really.
yeah. If you're in it, I mean, I'm not taking away from anything away from Sean O'Malley. I'm not taking away zero. I like the guy, phenomenal guy. Back then, if I was a champion, if I would fight him, he won't last with me, bro. I'm too much for him. Stylistically, I will take him to the ground. I will grind him, and I will definitely guillotine, leg lock, or fucking Kimura him. Doesn't matter. Like the champions that I see right now, no. Back then, look who was a champion. Uriah Faber, Jose Aldo, John Jones, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, Cain Velasquez. Like those are bad dudes. Those are legit bad dudes. Now it's just that's what they're always changing. And then now they're saying John Jones is not the GOAT. Who the fuck is the GOAT then? Who's the GOAT then? If John Jones is not the GOAT, then who's the GOAT? Islam is the GOAT? Who did Islam fight? Who did Islam fight? What? Khabib is the GOAT? Who did Khabib fight? I mean, he's amazing, but come on, bro. The level is, I mean, whatever. He fought Dustin Poirier and he fought Conor McGregor and he fought Oliveira. Did he fight Oliveira? Yeah, he did. I mean, those are not like, come on, dude. No, you can't be a GOAT like that. The GOAT's John Jones. Simple. Stop it. No, I don't want to hear anything else. Like he just beat Stipe. Stipe. Stipe was one of the greatest fighters of all time. Cyril Gahn was a bad motherfucker. Finished him. So they want Aspinall now? What, after Aspinall, they're going to ask for Pereira? Come on, bro. Come on. Back then, it was very different. Very different. I loved it. Now, I don't even know. I don't even follow most of the fighters. I love the game. I love watching it. It's just, it's not the same anymore. It's not. Too much show that they just want to, like, they want to act goofy and they want to look weird.
Do you think the change of ownership has something to do with that?
Maybe. Lorenzo Fertitta brothers are legit people, amazing people. I love those guys. Lorenzo is a man. That guy's. I missed him. I really missed him. I haven't seen him for a very long time. Dana's being Dana. He does what he does best. Greatest promoter of all time. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's making a lot of money. Good for him because he's a hard worker. And the new owner, I don't know. Maybe. UFC is only going to grow. UFC is only going to grow. Simple.
Another big
How do
evolution
you
of
like?
this. How do I what?
How do you like? I'm sure you're a UFC fan, right? You're a fight fan. How do you like it now?
It's definitely different. I mean, I enjoy seeing the newer guys. I enjoy seeing the guys who are working their butts off on the regional scene who make it there. I like watching fights every single weekend. I love it, but I would be lying if I didn't miss the old days. If I didn't miss those, the times when you had champs that would retain the belt 4 or 5 consecutive times in a row. The time where, it wasn't as entertainment driven, in my opinion. But I think just something that I've accepted, in life, everyone changes and evolves and adapts. And I think the big thing is, 20, 25 years ago, I mean, the sport was so small, it was so young, I mean, it started in 93, the UFC, when you were in your prime doing it was only 10, 15 years old. And now, obviously, it's caught on. It's more culturally accepted now. Conor McGregor, I think, had tons to do with that. And now it's as accepted as baseball, football, basketball. And with that, come these casual fans who got no idea of what's going on. But I feel like the guys who are popular, who has that entertainment value, that's going to appeal to the people who aren't going to train, don't know anything, any moves, don't know any ground maneuvers, don't know really tactics, but they enjoy that.
Yep.
I think another big thing in the sport, and this is someone, you've been around a lot, obviously Ronda Rousey. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have women in the sport, at least in the UFC. And now, the women's fights, how many, Amanda Nunes, Shevchenko, Pena, so many stars, Namajunas, Joanna, so many stars. What made Rousey so special?
Work ethic, aggressiveness, believing in herself. I always thought she was going to be something special because, I mean, me and Ronda, we go way back. She's like a sister to me, bro. I mean, I used to train with her every single day. I used to do private lesson with her every single day, 5 times a week. Me and her only, one-on-one. And then she won the worlds. And I always told her, please don't fight. Please don't fight. Your face is very pretty. Don't fight. She goes, well, I want to fight, Manny. I want to fight. All right. Forget it. And then fight. And I'm glad she fought. Do I like women fight? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a fan of women's MMA. Why? Because I don't want to see them get hurt. I don't want to see them get bloody. I don't want to see them get like black eye or cuts. This, that. I just don't like it. It hurts my feelings. My younger one, my girl, my daughter, she's a feisty one and she likes to fight. Do I want her to fight? Absolutely not. But I will definitely support her if she fights. 100%. Do I like it? I don't like it. I don't like women's fights. I don't like it. I never enjoy it. I don't like it when they get hurt. Like their faces are bloodied up, blue, black. I mean their faces cut. I don't like it. It hurts my feelings. Breaks my heart.
All right, Manny, I got one last question for you. So many people watch this sport in this day and age. You have all the casual fans, but very few understand what it's like to be a professional fighter. Obviously, before you make it to the UFC, you're making pennies on the regional scene. I mean, you're not making big money. A lot of guys have 9 to 5 jobs. They have wife, they have the kids. They have to dedicate their whole life to it. They have to pay to train. The sacrifices are crazy. When you make it to the UFC, until you hit those big fights, man, I mean, you're not making the money where you can quit your job. I mean, some get to, they're blessed. You get to do that. But these sacrifices stay the same regardless of finances. You still have to do the training, just be away from the family. How did you get through it from all these years, man? How did you just keep pushing?
Discipline, nothing else. Discipline. I miss so many parties. I miss so many clubs. I miss so much going out. I missed food. I miss drinking. I missed everything in life when I was in training camp. I enjoy life right now. When I was fighting, I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't drink. I never smoke weed. It's just so different. Discipline that I had until today. I work out. I train. I'm not on the mat all the time, but I do always train. Run, lift, go to sauna, steam room, swim, a lot of workouts. Can I grapple all the time? I can't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm 43 years old, turning 44 next year. I got 3 kids, blessed, wife, family. It's not that easy. But my discipline is always there. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care what you have. If you don't have discipline, you're not gonna succeed in the sport. You're not. You can be talented. Nobody's talented than John Jones. He's the most talented athlete ever. He still trains. He still works out. He's still on the mat. He still wrestles. He still doubles. He always involved with the sport. Discipline. That's the only thing kept me in the game and always, always got the motivation in me. Like I was always motivated. It doesn't matter who I was supposed to fight. I was training like I never trained before. Every day, 100 miles an hour. I don't know easy training. I still don't know. I'm 43 years old. I go running. I go 1 hour running. I go 5 miles, and I always try to beat my time. I'm lifting. I'm lifting the heaviest as much as I can. I'm grappling. I have to go all the way. I'm not stopping until I'm dying. I'm dead. Discipline, brother. Discipline in life, in sport, in any aspect. Discipline is the key.
Well, Manny, thank you so much for talking to me, my friend. I really appreciate it. Guy that I watched growing up. Like I said, I think TUF 5 is the best season of The Ultimate Fighter to date, and it's an absolute honor talking to you, my friend.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for having me on, and God bless you. Have a good night.
Absolutely. You too, my friend. That is Manny, the Anvil Gamburyan, Carla Prusa. Stick around, fight fans.